How tragic were the deaths of 25 famous actors in Dennis the Menace? The deaths of these stars are often shrouded in shock and mystery, leaving fans shocked and heartbroken. From sudden accidents to unforeseen illnesses, their tragic fates are full of unexpected surprises. Some passed away at a young age, while others battled seemingly undiagnosed illnesses. The passing of these legendary faces from our childhood memories is a bitter reminder that life can change in an instant, leaving us in awe of their eternity. Each story brings a shocking revelation, making their deaths all the more haunting. Join us in paying tribute to these talented actors who are considered the shining gems of Hollywood cinema. Sylvia Field, the actress best known for her role as Martha Wilson in Dennis the Menace, was born in 1901 in East Orange, New Jersey. Beginning her acting career at a young age, Sylvia made her mark in many films, plays, and television shows. However, her role as Martha Wilson, wife of George Wilson in Dennis the Menace, 1959 to 1963, was one of the most prominent roles of her career. With her charming and warm acting style, she portrayed a gentle woman who loved her family, especially the naive but mischievous boy Dennis. Before her death, she faced many health difficulties in her later years. In her later years, Sylvia suffered from dementia and age-related health problems. These years of suffering deeply affected her, as she could no longer recognize her loved ones and lost the ability to care for herself. Although Sylvia Field had an impressive career and was a familiar face on American television, she spent the last years of her life quite alone. After leaving the limelight, she lived in a nursing home, where physical and mental pain made life tiring. Her death was attributed to complications related to age and poor health, not a sudden event, but it still left a deep sadness for those who loved her. She passed away on October 31, 1998, at the age of 97. Due to complications of age, she passed away peacefully, ending a long life with many contributions to the arts, but also no lack of pain in her final years. Gale Gordon, one of Hollywood's most prolific actors, best known for his role as John Wilson in Dennis the Menace, was a fixture in the entertainment industry for more than 4 decades. Born in 1906 in New York, he began his acting career in the 1930s and quickly established himself as a prolific actor on stage and screen. However, it was his portrayal of John Wilson, the annoying neighbor who disliked Dennis's mischief in Dennis the Menace, 1959 to 1963, that made him an icon of American television. Before his death, he had been battling a number of serious health problems, especially those related to old age. In his later years, Gale suffered from heart disease and respiratory problems, which required him to be hospitalized several times. Gale Gordon lived a life filled with hardships due to his failing health, but he maintained a strong spirit and optimism. During the last years of his life, he suffered from heart-related pain and shortness of breath, symptoms that severely affected his quality of life. Despite this, he was remembered by his family and friends as a strong, resilient man. He died on June 30, 1995, at the age of 89. Due to complications of old age, Gale Gordon eventually died of age-related problems, leaving an indelible legacy in the entertainment industry, especially among the audience who loved him for his humorous and charming roles on television. Willard Waterman was an actor best known for his role as Otis Quigley in Dennis the Menace. Born in 1914, Waterman was a familiar face on the small screen, especially in popular television shows of the 1950s and 1960s. In Dennis the Menace, he played Otis Quigley, a neighbor of the Mitchell family who was always a source of laughter and comedy due to his goofy personality and mischief. He died on January 2, 1991, at the age of 76. Prior to his death, Waterman had been suffering from serious health problems related to his age. Although no specifics are known, he suffered from heart disease and general health problems in his later years. In contrast to his hilarious Otis Quigley in Dennis the Menace, Willard Waterman lived a relatively private life after retiring from acting. He kept a low profile and spent most of his time with his family. His final years were spent battling ill health, and he passed away to the regret of his fans and colleagues. However, Willard Waterman will always be remembered for his memorable roles and acting talent. Joseph Kearns, best known for his role as George Wilson in Dennis the Menace, was one of Hollywood's most talented actors of the 1950s and 1960s. Born in 1907 in Denver, Colorado, Kearns began his acting career early, appearing in plays and radio shows before moving on to film and television. However, it was his role as George Wilson in Dennis the Menace, 1959 to 1963, that left a lasting impression on audiences. Kearns portrayed a funny but also frustrated George Wilson when faced with the mischief of the young Dennis. This success helped him become one of the favorite stars of television at that time. In addition to Dennis the Menace, Kearns also participated in many other films and television shows, leaving his mark with diverse roles. However, his career was cut short when he died suddenly in 1962 of a stroke, at the age of 55. Although his career was short-lived, Kearns is remembered as an icon of American entertainment culture during the Golden Age. Gloria Henry, best known for her role as Alice Mitchell in Dennis the Menace, was a talented Hollywood actress. Born in 1923 in New Orleans, Louisiana, Gloria began her acting career in the 1940s, appearing in many films and television shows. However, her most notable role was that of Alice Mitchell, the gentle and caring mother of her son Dennis in Dennis the Menace, 1959 to 1963. With her natural and warm acting, Gloria portrayed a loving and patient mother, captivating audiences. Before her death, she had been in poor health for a long time, but there was little public information about the specific illnesses she suffered from. It is known that she lived her last years in peace, surrounded by family and close friends. Although the cause of Gloria Henry's death has not been made public, it is inevitable that she faced age-related health problems due to her advanced age, cardiovascular problems, as well as the decline in body function due to old age, may have been the main cause of her death. She passed away on April 3, 2021, at the age of 98. During her later years, Gloria Henry lived a rather private life and rarely appeared in public. But she is always remembered for her role as a gentle and loving mother in Dennis the Menace, a role that brought joy to millions of viewers. Billy Booth, best known for his role as Tommy Anderson in Dennis the Menace, was a promising young actor in the 1950s. Born in 1947, Billy began his acting career at a very young age, and his role as Tommy Anderson, Dennis's best friend, in Dennis the Menace, 1959 to 1963, made him a familiar face to audiences. Billy's character Tommy was a mischievous boy, but always loyal and accompanied Dennis in his mischief, creating an impressive image in the hearts of viewers. Before his death, Billy had to face a difficult life. After leaving the entertainment industry, he lived a rather private life. Unfortunately, Billy suffered from some serious health problems in his later years, including alcoholism, which seriously affected his physical and mental health. Billy Booth struggled with many painful bouts due to his long-standing health problems. Some of this suffering was due to alcohol abuse and liver problems. His failing health required hospitalization towards the end of his life. He died on October 29, 2006, at the age of 58, of a sudden heart attack. Billy Booth's sudden death was mourned by his loved ones and Dennis the Menace fans, who remembered him as an integral part of the hit television show. Irene Tedrow was a talented actress, best known for her role as Mrs. Elkins in Dennis the Menace. Born in 1907, Irene had a long and successful career in the entertainment industry, especially in television and film. With a career spanning over 4 decades, she was not only notable for her comedic roles, but also for her dramatic and emotional roles. Irene Tedrow was beloved for her ability to convey strong emotions and grace in all her roles. She died on April 17, 1995, at the age of 87. Prior to her death, she had been struggling with poor health due to age. Although there is no official information about the specific illnesses she suffered from, Irene Tedrow suffered from age-related difficulties, including heart problems and mobility issues. During her later years, Irene lived a quiet life and kept a low profile. However, she is remembered for the grace and talent she brought to the screen. Her friends and colleagues in the entertainment industry remember her as an optimistic and warm-hearted person. Irene Tedrow's passing marks the end of a long and accomplished career, leaving behind a legacy of grief for those who loved her for her memorable roles. George Caesar was an actor best known for his role as Sergeant Theodore Mooney in Dennis the Menace. Born in 1913, George began his acting career in the 1940s and became a familiar face on the small screen, especially in television series and sitcoms of the 1950s and 1960s. In Dennis the Menace, he played the police officer Mooney, who tried to keep Dennis's mischievousness in check, but sometimes got into hilarious situations due to the boy's cleverness. He died on July 2, 1967, at the age of 54. The cause of his death was cancer, a disease he had been battling for a long time before his death. Although he did not publicly disclose the details of his illness, sources say that George suffered severe pain in the last months of his life due to the effects of the cancer. His sudden passing shocked many in the entertainment industry, as George Caesar still had many opportunities and potential to develop his career. During his battle with illness, George continued to work, but his health gradually declined, forcing him to gradually reduce his professional activities. However, he still left a deep impression on the audience through his outstanding roles in films and television shows, especially in Dennis the Menace, where he played a strict but humorous police officer. George Caesar's passing left a great sadness in the hearts of fans and colleagues. Sarah Seeger is an actress best known for her role as Eloise Wilson, John Wilson's wife, in Dennis the Menace. Although her acting career did not last as long as some of her colleagues, her role in Dennis the Menace left a strong impression on the audience. As Eloise, she portrayed a gentle, soft-spoken woman, but also patient and loving, especially in the funny and tearful situations when facing Dennis and the disturbing situations. Before her death, she struggled with ovarian cancer. Sarah was diagnosed with this disease in her later years and underwent many harsh treatments, including surgery and chemotherapy. However, the terrible disease gradually weakened her health. In contrast to her gentle image in her roles, Sarah's real life was full of challenges with the pain caused by cancer. Despite her fierce battle throughout her treatment, she ultimately succumbed to the disease. Before her death, she lived a peaceful life with her family and loved ones, but physical and mental pain still haunted her. She passed away on July 23, 2008, at the age of 77. Her death was known to be due to complications from cancer. Sarah Seeger's passing left deep sorrow in the hearts of her fans and colleagues, because she was not only a talented actress but also a strong, resilient woman in life. Herbert Anderson, best known for his role as Henry Mitchell, the gentle father in Dennis the Menace, was born in 1917 in Oakland, California. Beginning his acting career in the 1940s, Anderson appeared in many films and television shows, but it was his role as Henry Mitchell in Dennis the Menace, 1959 to 1963, that really made him a household name. By portraying a loving father who tried to stay calm in the face of Dennis's antics, Anderson portrayed an ideal family figure, bringing warmth and humor to audiences. Before his death, he faced serious health problems in his later years. Anderson suffered from prostate cancer, which severely affected his health. However, he remained strong and resilient throughout his treatment. During his battle with the disease, Anderson faced constant pain and physical limitations. Although he was always loved for his optimism and positive spirit, his persistent bouts with cancer left him unable to continue his career, and he spent much of his time in a nursing home. His death was a huge shock to his family, friends and fans, as they lost a warm and loving television star who died on October 11, 1994, at the age of 77. It is believed that his death was due to complications from cancer. Although Anderson's final years were challenging, he is remembered as a loving family icon, with his role as Henry Mitchell becoming an integral part of audiences' memories. Mary Wickes was an actress best known for her role as Miss Esther Cathcart in Dennis the Menace. Born in 1910, Mary began her acting career in the 1930s and had a career spanning more than 6 decades in the entertainment industry. She was best known for her supporting roles in comedies, television, and films. Mary Wickes was known for her charming, intelligent acting and her ability to create memorable characters, even for short periods of time. She died on October 22, 1995, at the age of 85. Before her death, she had been struggling with serious health problems. Mary Wickes had been diagnosed with cancer, and she battled the disease in her final years. The disease caused her to suffer from pain, but she remained optimistic and continued to work until her health failed. She passed away, mourned by many fans and colleagues who appreciated her talent and long career. Although Mary's health declined in her later years, she will always be remembered for her humorous and endearing roles, leaving a lasting legacy in the entertainment industry. Her death is a great loss to the film and television industry, but Mary Wickes will forever live on in the hearts of audiences through the characters she portrayed. The deaths of the actors in Dennis the Menace have left deep regret in the hearts of fans and colleagues. They were not only familiar faces on the screen but also talented people, devoted to art. Each of their roles brought joy, humor and sometimes valuable lessons, making us remember them forever. Although they have passed away, the memorable moments they left will live forever in the hearts of the audience. Thank you to the talented actors who brought beautiful memories throughout their careers. If you feel sorry and want to know more about interesting stories surrounding the movies and legendary actors, don't forget to follow our channel to discover more touching and meaningful stories about the stars of the screen. Click like and subscribe to not miss any interesting videos.